Avast three hearties! Sorry. My name is Benedict Terry, and welcome to the exciting conclusion of Felix the Cat, the Good, the Bad and the Passable. And we start today's review with tragedy. Pat Sullivan died in 1933 at the age of just 47. So when time came to bring Felix to colour, someone else would have to take the reins. And Otto Mesmer didn't have permission to continue the character himself, so Felix was handed to another studio. With this, we introduce a new studio from the golden age of American animation, the Buren Studios. They had the same distributor as Disney, but these days they are mostly remembered as a poor man's Fleischer Brothers. Fair comparison, since they were just across the street from one another. The Buren Studios were able to produce 3 Felix shorts before they closed down in 1936. The first of these, which I will be reviewing today, is called Felix the Cat and the Goose that Laid the Golden Egg. Interesting combination. Loosely based on the famous fable, this short was released under Van Buren's Rainbow Parade series. It was tipped to be Felix's big comeback, which it probably would have been if the studio hadn't closed later that year. And since this is Felix's first foray into colour, will it be good as gold or common as muck? Let's give it a look, shall we? The short starts with Felix at his job, offering money to the town's poor.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Don't thank me. Thank the goose that lays the golden egg.
Inside the house, we find the titular goose laying golden eggs, which Felix then turns into gold coins for the poor.
Good work, Goldie. Keep it up.
You'll notice right away that this version of Felix is a lot more clean-cut and wholesome. For that you can thank one of this cartoon's directors, Burt Gillett. He'd previously worked on Felix cartoons for Pat Sullivan, so he definitely knew the character. He also worked for Disney, where he directed, among others, Flowers and Trees, the first Best Animated Short winner at the Oscars. So that's how we got a kinda gentler Felix. Anyway, one of the townsfolk that Felix helps starts acting a little suspicious.
So that's where he gets it.
I wonder which version of the original fable has pirates in it. Pretty soon the old lady comes begging for shelter.
Please help an old lady who's cold.
But the disguise slips off, revealing who the old lady actually is.
Look out! It's Captain Kidd! Quick, Goldie! Run for your life!
That goose could never win a game of hide-and-seek to save her life. Captain Kidd breaks into Felix's house and swipes Goldie for himself, but not before rendering Felix completely defenseless.
I take what I want and I want what I take.
So basically he's your average vulture capitalist at work.
Faster, you lubbers! And our fortune's made. I've got the goose that lays the golden egg.
The captain brings Goldie aboard his ship. His crew wave the anchor and sail out to sea just as Felix arrives too late to save his goose.
Poor Goldie! Poor Goldie! What'll I do? What'll I do?
Well, you'll save her, obviously. I mean, that cannon would probably help. I don't know. Of course, before Captain Kidd takes the story too close to the original source material, Felix uses his tail to light the cannon and transforms himself into a cannonball to get aboard the ship. Yep, but Gillett was an ex-Sullivan animator, so he knew Felix very well. Felix makes it aboard and saves Goldie from becoming a goose kebab. The pirates attack, but Felix and Goldie get the drop on them. Literally. So with his crew disposed of, Captain Kidd goes in for a little sword fighting. Not exactly Errol Finn, but it's still engaging. The sword fighting is so intense that the blades become white hot, fall off the handles and through the hull, sinking the ship and drowning everyone. No, of course that doesn't happen. Must be a very deep hull. The captain grabs another sword as Felix is chased up the rigging. However, Felix slips into the sail and outwits the captain.
Why, you little...
Worst scream ever. As Captain Kidd screams unenthusiastically, Felix drops him straight through the hull of the ship. That must be one tough ship. As Felix and Goldie return to land, Felix blasts the pirate's gold to the town. The townsfolk are able to pay off their mortgages and Felix becomes a hometown hero.
Felix! Felix! F-E-L-I-X! Yay! Felix!
And that was Felix and the Goose That Laid the Golden Egg. So is it better than April May's, like I promised? Yes it is. Not that was going to be hard in the first place. Of course this outshines April May's. Obviously the sound and timing is much better than April May's, and the story feels a lot more complete as well. Even if the animation isn't great, it's still very competent. And maybe it's nostalgia again, but I kinda like this nicer version of Felix. The original silent shorts are still better, obviously, but even so, if you want to see this, I'm definitely not going to stop you. I find it enjoyable, and I hope you will too. And with that, I conclude Felix Month. Felix would make his big comeback during the reign of television, but that'll have to wait for another time. So until next time, sayonara! There once were a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship were the Billy of Tea. The wind blew hard, her bow dipped down, and blow, my bully boys blow, ha-ha. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tea is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from show, and off to port an island bore. The captain cried all hands and swore he'd take that treasure in tow, ha-ha.